Hey guys, I'm Sean, and I am an ARKaholic. And today, guys, we're going to be breeding up some Styracosaurus. So guys, in the last episode, we ended up getting this 145 here, and of course it did end up losing a level, so it ended up coming out at 216, but we now have a male, and of course Stella is a female, so we can go ahead and do some breeding. Now guys, I will mention this male did end up having 2 kids. Now unfortunately, even though I did follow all, they haven't made it back to base, so I'm not sure if they're just stuck on something out in the wilderness somewhere. I don't know if they ultimately died on the way back. I'm not entirely sure. So it's not that big of a deal because these are the 2 that we would be breeding anyways. The other 2 kids would probably be more for colors specifically, but these are going to be the 2 with the best stats. So getting started here, I'm going to kind of show you guys the way that I go ahead and kind of do my process. So the first thing I do is I look over both of the stats and I kind of figure out, okay, which Styracosaurus has the best in health? So this one has 29 points into health. And guys, if you are curious why I have it set up with points and why it might not be like that on yours, that is part of the Vanilla with Sprinkles mod. So if you have that mod downloaded, it will also show you the amount of points accumulated, not just the stats specifically. So as I said, this male has 29 points into health. Stella has 35 points into health. So what I'll do is I'll actually go ahead, press options, go to change name, and we want health 35. And the reason I do that is it lets me know when the baby pops out, I am looking for health 35. Now moving on, we do the same exact thing here. So stamina, 32 points on the male. Stamina on you, 36 points. So now this is where it gets a little tricky. We have to remember 35 for the health and 36 for the stam. And there we go. Now, there are moments like this when for some reason, and this is a console thing, it's probably Xbox with the chat filtering and all that kind of stuff, it won't allow the name. If you do end up running into this, usually I'll go ahead and instead of putting the space in between the H and the 35, I'll tighten it up instead. That seems to fix the issue. It always seems to be with specifically S specifically, and I'm wondering along this term, SE6, maybe, I don't know, you know what I mean? So you got to play around with it a little bit, and eventually you'll get it to actually work. Now, if you can remember all these from the top of your head, or maybe you want to take a photo, you don't have to go ahead and do what I'm doing here. But for me, it makes it a little bit easier to kind of remember what stats I'm looking for specifically. But moving on to the next one, we have 31 points in oxygen. We don't need oxygen on this. 45 points into food. I'm going to just kind of keep that in the back of my mind. We don't necessarily need it unless we do in the future keep the Styracosaurus going, and we do go for the fatty trait. That will definitely help. If you guys aren't aware, the fatty trait basically takes the food stat, and every point put into the food stat will naturally give your dino natural armor. So if you guys are curious, right now the Styracosaurus under armor says 0, but if this had the fatty trait, it would take in some armor because of the 45 points already put in there. So if you got kind of curious how that stat works specifically, but we're going to move on. We're going to skip oxygen and food, and we are going to focus on weight. So weight is 36 on you. Weight is 29 on you. So now we have a stat for you. So now we're going to go to options, and we're going to do W36. I believe we said 36 was the weight. We could double check that and verify. 36. Cool. 42 points into melee. 34 points into melee. So you now have 36 weight and 42 melee. Now, one more thing before we start the breeding process, just a heads up, I do have the better breeding mod on here, so that is already a mod that's going to take the best stats and automatically put it onto a kid. So did I have to do all this work? No, but it's habit for me. I like doing it this way. Also, there might be a lot of you out there that don't use the better breeding mod, and yeah, ultimately, the reason why I use the better breeding mod is it just makes this stuff so much quicker. I don't know if you guys have had this experience, but especially as a content creator, trying to get this stuff out to you guys, the amount of hours wasted, and yes, I'm going to call it wasted, guys, on just waiting for that male, waiting for that female with the stats, this just makes it so much easier. The first kid that comes out will literally have all the best stats straight away. It makes life so much easier. I highly, highly recommend this mod if you're one of those like me that doesn't like sitting around waiting for the tame. But that being said, guys, right now this thing's going to be breeding. And then we kind of just hang out in the meantime. I don't really think, you know what, we might as well look at the tracker right now and see where these kids are. So the kids are still alive, interestingly. They just don't have a lot of food on them or anything right now. How far out are they? 485. That's definitely not... Oh. I wonder if when I did follow all, they didn't get incorporated in it. They're in the exact same spot. Interesting. So you know what? You know what? These guys drop an egg. I think we'll just leave the Styracosaurus there for now. Let's go ahead back to here. Let's just untrack all. We'll deal with them here in a little bit. Maybe I will try to get them back to base here, but just going to focus on this right now. Once we get our kid and everything, once it's fully raised, once it's fully imprinted, maybe we'll make the trip over there to pick them up, because I definitely want to see kind of what our new Styracosaurus is all about here. Another thing I do want to take a look at, because I did get rid of the mod, I do need to re-put it back in. That is the Dino Painter mod. And yes, guys, by the way, after recording the last episode, I was like, oh, wait, we killed an alpha creature. How many levels did we end up getting? And you guys just saw it there. 7 levels, guys. Oh my gosh. If we went ahead and put these all into weight, we would be at 340 weight. I'm going to at least do 3. And that puts us at level 21. I could just go 4 into Stam. I could do a couple into Fortitude. There is a part of me that kind of just wants to get up to 500 weight just to call it a day and start working the other stuff in, but I'm not entirely sure what I want to do here. So I'm going to hold on to those stats. We're not going to do anything with it yet, but technically we are at level 21. And if you guys aren't aware, 21 gives us access to some pretty good stuff. So 21 gives us access to the trank arrows. It also gives us access to the scissors, which is really cool, especially with a particular mod that I've added in this series. Of course, if you guys have seen this from literally episode 1, you'll know what mod I'm talking about. But then on top of that too, of course, being level 20, we have access to some pretty crazy stuff. Let's head down to 20 so we could check this on out. That is going to be, of course, the refining forge, the smithy, metal pick, metal hatchet, and the equus saddle, which we already have equus saddles. On top of that, we do also have the shovel, which is great, the repair anvil, which is part of the vanilla with sprinkles mod, and then, yeah, I guess the Megawana saddle is kind of cool. I mean, we don't have the Megawana on here, but okay, so where is the, oh, the egg was inside the poop. Okay. All right, a little bit of a poopy egg. All right, let's throw that down. Let's just throw the egg kind of in a random spot. I don't know if this area is good enough. It's too cold. Interesting. Okay. So what if we move a little inland here? Before we get the fires going and everything. Let's see. Still too cold. Why do you have that weird, like, it's almost like a frosty around you. That's kind of weird. Okay. Anyways. I guess this is the way we'll do it, which is kind of why I set these campfires up out here like this. All right, let's get you a little bit of thatch, maybe. And we got 45 wood. That's fine. 45 wood should be fun. And by the way, I did test it in between the episodes. Oh, a heads up. Storage is messed up. So I don't know specifically what it is, but something's going on, and I'm a little bit worried that that's going to affect the rest of the stuff too, including the smithy and all that kind of stuff. We'll have to play it by ear and see what happens. But okay, there we go. It is incubating. In 2 minutes and 26 seconds, we will have our Styracosaurus. And then at this point, it's just a matter of, are we going to get a boy? Are we going to get a girl? Are we going to get twins? That would be kind of nice, because maybe trying to go for a perfect male, perfect female combination we can do. I don't know. But on top of that, guys, I am going to quickly... let's not log out yet. That's okay. I do have to add the Dino Painter mod back in. I will definitely show that off in this episode if you guys are interested in checking out that mod. so you guys could see kind of what my rules and regulations are with using this mod, because I've certainly talked about it in the past. I don't think I physically have ever shown it off to you guys, so I want to show you firsthand what I mean when I do make those rules and regulations with the Dino Painter specifically. So let's wait this out, and then we'll go from there, guys. We definitely have a drop coming down, don't we? I hear it. Where the heck is it? It's a white drop. Okay. All right. We definitely have to see if we can get our hands on that. But we are at 3, 2, 1 now. All right. So there's our kid. It is a level 248, which again, we can go through it. It is also a male. So going through the stats. 35 in health, 36 in stam, 36 in weight, 42 in melee. If you guys are curious to see how accurate that is, just go to Show Ancestors, and there you go. 35, 36, 36, 42. Another thing we want to look at is, of course, seeing if there's any mutations. Yes, I don't know why this is a thing, but this has been a thing for a while in the game. Don't worry about that. Let's see. So 0 and 0, we're all good to go. So technically, if we wanted to, we could make this one the perfect female if we wanted to do that. But in this case, I'm totally okay with just imprinting this one, if I'm going to be honest. So let's go ahead and get some berries for this guy. And we don't have any berries. Okay, so that's fun. All right. All right, Stella. Let's get some berries for this guy. We could also go ahead and make a feeding trough, which wouldn't be a bad idea right now. I know we're going to deforest the area a little bit here with that, but that's okay. We'll get some berries for you. We'll get some berries for you. You get a berry. You get a berry. All right. Let's keep going. Just grab as many as we can. And there we go. The little guy gets all this. Now, we're going to have a little bit of time before he needs his first imprint, which is going to be in 8 minutes and change. So for right now, you're just going to kind of hang out here. Is it easier to just take Stella out for a quick spin, or should I just run this myself? I feel like running this myself might be a little bit easier because I want to get up to that white drop. So I think we're going to take a quick little swim in the water here. Loop around this side. Hopefully it's right here. If not, it's going to be up on top. Yeah, it's going to be on top. Okay, so in order to get up there, it's such a silly spot where they put this drop, if I'm not going to be honest. But we should be able to handle it here. Now, by the way, the reason why I'm so focused on getting this white drop is, if you guys recall in the last episode, the skill tree that we're trying to work on here, one of the missions right now is to get 3 white drops. So we need to go ahead and do that. And of course, we did experiment in the last episode. Green drops, although are better than white drops, do not count. They have to be white drops specifically. So definitely want to get my hands on this if I can. I think we have more than enough time, honestly. But it's just a matter of kind of navigating through here, because things have changed from ASE to ASA here a little bit. So want to make sure we're going the right way. Dodo's falling from the sky. All right. Now, where is this drop? I hear it. This might be a good time to also try to get all of the Styracosaurus back. So it's... Oh, it's there. I can't get to that. Period. That's an SOL drop for us. Yeah. That's such a silly spot, because it's like, it's a white drop. Like, what? There's no way to get up there. I've tried it in the past. There's no way. And you end up falling, hurting yourself. I'm not doing it. All right, so I guess we're going to go on a little adventure here. Probably would have been better if I brought Stella at this point, but it's fine. It is what it is. We're going to go ahead. You know what we could do? I think what we're going to do is we're going to make a ladder. Not going to be able to use it right now, of course, to get that white drop. But future white drop... Oh. Hey! One of them is near me. Where's the other one? How did that one get to us? Wait, where's the other one? 210. I think this one got stuck on something, maybe? Wait, where's the... I don't even know where the other Styracosaurus is. It kind of just ran off. Okay, that's cool. So, yeah, I think you guys completely got stuck on something here. You did. How did the other one get all the way around, then? That's interesting. Okay. Oh, you're like it. Oh. Okay, well, that's a thing. Okay, so gonna have to do a little bit of trickery with this one here. Once it's fully grown, I'll probably just fly back over here real quick. Yeah, that thing is meshed. That's the issue. It's meshed. So, and it's literally a actual Styracosaurus now. It's not an adolescent anymore. So I'll have to grab the saddle, come back here, go on the ground, get it out of here. Yeah. Little bit of trickery with that one. We'll figure it out here in a little bit. We need to figure out where the other Styracosaurus is now, because that thing kind of just did a little bit of a drive-by with us. All right, you're right here. Okay, so I can turn you off. I can turn you off. And I know where the male is, but I'm going to keep the male on. The female's over here. Well, the female's now fully raised. Okay. I am glad we found these 145s, because we can use them with the colors and everything now, if you will. Wait a second. So what? Wait, are they like... Are they not following me? They're following... something else? Oh, they're following the other Styracosaurus. That's why. Okay. Okay. Well, that makes sense. I was like, why do we have a drive-by earlier? All right. So 145U, you're going to follow me. We'll get you a little more berries at home. Other one, you're SOL for a little bit. That's fine. But yeah, if you guys recall, one of these kids, I want to make sure we do get the kids back, because one of these kids does have the fatty trait that we kind of discussed a little bit earlier. So not that we're at any point with traits or anything. I think traits are at level upper 80s, lower 90s, somewhere around there. So we certainly have a really long time until we get that point. But still good to know. All right, this is going to be a little tricky. Okay. All right, well, that was the thing. Okay, well, is that our first death of the series, really? Falling off a cliff? Oh, man. All right, well. Had to happen at some point. I'm glad it was something stupid like that. Am I going to be able to get my stuff? Oh, no. Am I not going to be able to get my stuff? No, I can. Okay, good. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Get my stuff. Oh. I mean, we could definitely use the Styracosaurus if I can't get up here. Oh, there we go. Cool. Well, that was a silly death. All right, well, anyways, kid is right here. By the way, I'm not sure if I mentioned this. We did end up getting a crossbow from killing that Alpha Raptor. It is 128 damage, 128 durability, 124 damage. So it's a little bit better than Primitive. Primitive is 100 damage, I believe. Oh, yeah, by the way, we're going to put this down here. There we go. Perfect. We can throw that out like nothing ever happened. And then we can go ahead and hide our little hat while we salute, apparently. Okay, cool. Nice. All right. Styracosaurus. How long until you're ready? Oh, 36 seconds. Okay. First feed coming up. Come on. Give me something really good. Watch. It's going to be like kibble. Give me like berry. Give me like food. Give me something along that line. So we're currently at 28% maturation. So I can only imagine, and I can't remember it back when we got the other one. I want to say it was 3 feeds because 33, 33, 33, right? So let's see what we've got here. Hopefully it's going to be something good where we can get an imprint in. I don't know. It could even be... No, I don't think it's 30%. Go on a walk. Perfect. All right, let's go. That's easy. Let's just go as far as we can. I can't remember. Maybe you were 50% now that I think about it. You might have been 50. %. Okay. Yeah. So I did have that right. Yeah. These guys are pretty tight. But yeah, 30%. We're looking okay. Wants Karen, 9 minutes and change. Come on over here, kid. This is nothing bad, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, you'll just wait right there. That's fine. But yeah, this is pretty much my life for the next, like, 20-ish minutes. I think what we're going to do is we're going to let you be. We're going to take Stella out, which now that we have the breeding done, Stella can get her name back. The male will just stay the same name. It is what it is. No big deal. You're not following me right now. We're good. I think it's at like 9 minutes and change, so we should have enough time to be able to get back over there and get the Styracosaurus. Oh, that's right, because I died. I'll put that on here in a little bit. Got to put the backpack back on. All right, and there we go. Tweedledee and Tweedledum are home. Perfect. I think that's actually what I'm going to call them to be. I know it's bad, but it's fine. All right, so looking at their stats, they should not have anything better, or at least I hope not. 20, 24, 23, 28, 23, 26. No shot there. This one has level 2 Cowardly, which basically, I think we went over Cowardly in the last one, but creature will get faster when being attacked. And then I believe you had level 1 Fatty. This has 20, 24, 23, 26. Show traits, as I discussed before. This creature's fat acts as a protective layer against incoming damage. And as we take a look at this Styracosaurus, its armor is 2.8, as opposed to the typical Styracosaurus, 0 armor. Yeah, that's basically the food stat helping that out, basically. So I can only imagine if we ended up putting it onto this kid eventually, would be able to get it a little bit of armor with 45 points, honestly. So looking pretty good here, but we got 2 minutes and change till the next feed. Hopefully this actually goes all right. Plus, I'm pretty sure with Imprint, this number goes up, which means its natural armor would also go up too, which is kind of interesting. But, yeah, now we're just going to wait for the next feed, and then we will go from there. So just kind of sit back, relax, and hang out. Well, at least for you guys, it'll only be a couple seconds. For me, it'll be 2 minutes and change. So I'll see you guys then. All right, second feed. Styracosaurus wants a cuddle. There we go. Not too shabby. Waiting another 9 minutes and change now. So I think we're going to do a little bit more work around base. I knew there were a couple things that I wanted to do. Thought we might as well have a little bit of time now between these imprints to kind of figure it out. I think I want to go ahead and kind of set up a little yard area. I don't know exactly how we're going to do this, if I'm going to be honest, but you know what? Do we want to set that up, or do we want to start trying to get metal tools? Because once we have metal tools, things will go a little bit faster, right? You know what? I still think we're going to do the yard area right now, only because I kind of initially have had that in my mind. So you know what? Let's kind of do one thought after another here. And let's see if we can get this done. So here was kind of my idea to try to figure this out, because I don't know how to do the yard here in ASA, but we'll give a couple things a shot, and we'll see what actually works here. So I'm going to try a pillar first. I don't want to end up using too many resources or anything, but here's kind of what I was thinking. So what if I put down you? Now, see, I want this in the ground. That's the thing. So I can't get you... Yeah, see, I can't plant you into the ground. So the pillar idea is not going to work initially. So maybe using fence foundations. Yes, let's try that. Okay, let's try a wood fence foundation. and see what we got here. So the idea is, yes, okay. I want to put a foundation down first. Then I want to put this pillar on top of that. There we go. Okay, so that's the way I need to do it. So how many foundations am I going to need to kind of fill my area up? So I guess we'll make 5 to start. And then we'll kind of space this out. But again, it's not going to really be too big or anything. I think I want to make maybe this area and then come out maybe 1 or 2 here. Again, not too crazy big or anything. Maybe like that, and then come this way. Let's see. And I'm taking my time with this because I want the next one to be made before I put this down. Yeah, and then we start coming back in, which would put us here. Okay, that's not a decent... That's a decent size. Okay, what is it? 2 more, maybe? You know what? We'll make 1 at a time here. Actually, I know it's going to be 2 more. So let's do that. All right, and there we go. Cool. That's going to be our yard for right now. We can always expand on it if need be. I do think I probably want to go out 1 more, actually. So let's pick you up. Let's pick you up. You up. Go out 1 more. Come in this way. 3. Okay, so 2 more. Yeah, I think that'll look a little bit nicer at the end of the day. Just a little bit bigger. We will put you here, and we will put you there. Perfect. Okay, so now we need pillars. I can only make 1. Okay, swell. Okay. But the idea is now we're basically going to be using pillars to fill this whole area up. With the exception of right here. Right here is going to be kind of the doorway that we're going to put in to get into the little yard area. So, I was going to say, why did that not work? Why is that not working? Why can't I snap that? Uh-oh. No! Why is it not letting me snap it? Do I have to put a little one first in order to... All right, let's try that then. Okay, that's fine. That works. All right. Definitely going to have to go out for a lot more resources, though. Where is the baby? Well, somewhat baby. This thing's getting pretty big. 445. Okay, we got plenty left. Plenty of resources left, except for wood, of course. So... let's go out on a bit of a gathering mission here. 4 minutes and change. We got to remember that. 4 minutes and change. All right. Not sure how many pillars this is going to make. 8. That is more than enough. Definitely going to need a few more to be made, but that's okay. I think we'll start making our way back because I'm not sure. I don't think it's been 4 minutes, but I'd rather play it safe and get there a little bit earlier. Yeah, we can also see, too, the little pacifier above the Styracosaurus' head isn't blinking. But I would still rather be back in this area before that actually happens. So we are looking at 2 minutes and change. Okay. So we still have plenty of time here. Okay, so I guess we'll go ahead and put the half pillars down first of kind of where I want the corners to be. Now, this is going to be where the doorway is. So we're also going to go ahead and do that. And that. Yes, I know things aren't going to be exactly lined up, but that's okay. It is what it is. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and put... I passed it. This guy down. Maybe I have to, like, link it like that. What happens... What happens if I lift this up now? Can I not use the fence foundation and be okay? Okay. What if I just lift the fence foundations now? My worry is... well, I guess they're technically snapped to the ground, right? But, like... I don't know. I don't know how this is going to work. I mean, they're kind of working even without it, so I don't know if I should lift the foundations or not. I think we're okay. Yeah, I think we're fine. All right, what are you at? Minute and 13. All right. I don't want to go too far from the area, so... You know what? If I can get these fence foundations to kind of be put back in, I'll kind of keep them there. It just gives a little extra... Oh, you can't connect to anything because of you. All right, so let's see if we can reconnect this stuff and see if this works. You're automatically gonna be out of there. That's okay. Did you have a fence foundation? You did. That's interesting how that works. You know, like this one's okay. This one's okay. This one's not okay because it connects to the house. So what if I remove this half pillar and not the wood beam? I want to get rid of the other half pillar. What if I get rid of you? And what if I put you in? No, what is it? Is it these? I guess we'll remove these beams. I don't know what it is then. Oh, there we go. Okay, well actually... No. All right, what? Oh, go. Tintoberry. Okay, we got this. Tintoberry. That's easy. That's why I can't do too many things at once. I almost completely forgot about it. It's at 89%, so we should be okay here. Let's do that. Let's do this. And you are fully imprinted, my friend. Cool. Okay, so we will deal with that here in a bit. Let's go ahead and drop you to here. All right, and let's kind of continue with this. Again, it's not going to be fully done today. This is more just going to be kind of a work in progress with this thing, but that's okay. I guess we do half a pillar on see, yeah. Okay, I think I see what the issue is. Can I still snap you? I can snap you guys, though. Okay, so I guess I just kind of had to do this a little bit backwards. It might have just been, like, too many confusing snap points, I'm wondering. Yeah, because that'll go there. That'll go there. Okay, so we got the setup we wanted, pretty much. This one's just a little bit lower. If I can raise you a little bit, maybe. I don't think I can raise you higher than that. That's okay. Yeah, it's only the 2 snap points. It is what it is. No big deal. Might not fit into the ground. We might actually get a few more just to kind of cover these little spots up, but that's kind of the idea. We're going to run the pillars all the way around. We're then going to also go ahead and kind of insert these corners into the ground. And then this is just going to be the doorway to let dinos in, which, funny enough, the Styracosaurus can actually go in here instead of being on the side of the house. You're at 95%. I really don't have a name or anything for you yet. I can put this... Ooh. Okay. I wasn't sure, guys, if I could put the tribal skins on these. I can. It's allowing me to. But then why can't I give you a trike saddle? Because we ended up getting that trike saddle. Where the heck did I put it? Here it is. See, like, why can't you use the trike saddle then? What if I put it in here first? We're going to try this again. I'm going to see if actually you can use a trike saddle. I don't think you can. But we'll see what happens. 98%. But for now, I think we're good with this. We'll just kind of keep working on this in the next few episodes. I don't want this to be an all-building episode, especially with a few episodes ago building the first base, now building this base, now doing work on this base. I don't want it to be all building heavy and everything. So, but it looks good for right now. It's extra pillory, but the idea is going to be that eventually I want to put railings in here. Maybe 1 set, maybe even 2 sets of railings in here just to kind of make it almost like a little bit of a fence idea. And then, yeah, you guys will see how it's going to turn out. I think it's going to turn out pretty well. All right, let's try it. No. It won't let me use this. That really stinks. Okay, so normal Styracosaurus saddle. Let's see what it looks like if you use the tribal trike, though. Okay, so pressing Y will add the tribal trike sentinel saddle, which this is part of the premium mod I've added to the series, the tribal warrior skins and all that kind of stuff. They also have some saddle skins for the dinos. So I'm really excited for this. Let's see what you look like. Oh, is it not going to allow it? It's not. Okay. There might be another way. Let's see. Oh, it does. It does. No, but then I can't. Oh. But then we can't use the saddle because it's a interesting. You better not have changed that to. Okay, good. I was going to say, you better not have changed that to a trike saddle. Okay. So you guys got a glimpse of it. I guess we'll just have to wait till we actually get a trike in order to check that out. So, anywho's, let's go ahead and put that saddle away then, I guess. That's fine. All right. We'll put you away. We got the new Styracosaurus. I don't have an idea. I like kind of Sentinel, actually. I don't know why. I just saw a green drop back there. Oh, is it still there, or is it, like, really far? Or is it just in the water up there? Nah, it's really far. Nah, never mind. We're not going to be able to get to it. If you guys have any name suggestions for this one, certainly let me know down in the comments. Don't exactly know what I want to call it as of yet, but I want to go ahead and kind of show off the Dino Painter mod. And in order to do that, guys, I'm going to have to quickly log out. So let me go ahead, log out. I'll bring you guys back in, and we will check out this particular mod. All right, guys, so welcome back. I actually just realized if we put these 4 levels into something, that will unlock level 25, which means we will actually be able to go ahead and change our XP from 0.25 to 0.5. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and put all the points into wait for right now, just so we can unlock level 25. And then at this point, guys, I'm going to quickly log out and change it. So I'll be right back with you guys, and then, yeah, we'll show off Dino Painter here in a second. All right, so 0.5 is set. I do just want to hang out here for a second. I did see the XP just move, so I want to wait a little bit longer. 0.7. Okay, passive XP is still working because a part of me was just thinking as I was changing the XP, what if it's changing the XP is causing the issue? But clearly it's not. We're totally fine. But guys, let's check out Dino Painter. So it's pretty simple. Dino Painter only costs 1 thatch, which, let's be honest, most of the mods only cost 1 thatch anyways. And basically it's just an unlimited paintbrush. And kind of how this works is pretty much you just go up to the dino that you want to paint. You basically trigger it, like right trigger, and then it comes up with every single color region. And not only that, it will also come up with dyes also. Now, when I do say that I have particular rules using this, this is how it works. So especially when breeding dinos and stuff, I don't want to take hours and hours and hours trying to move one color over to a dino. Mutations, completely different category, but just normal colors, I allow myself to basically pick and choose from these what I want to add onto my dino and if I want to add them onto my dino. So pretty much how it works is, let's just say with this one, I really like this blue base, right? And I'm pretty sure it's section 0 or region 0, 51. If I was like, ooh, I really want Stella's base blue, but this one doesn't have 51. I think it does, but let's just use that as an example anyways, right? Let's just say Stella had red for some reason, right? So instead of 51, Stella is number 1, right? I can go over to the new Styracosaurus, and instead of breeding the Styracosaurus with Stella a million years just to get the red to move over, I allow myself to basically go ahead, make sure I press the region color, and then change it over to Stella's red, which in this case, of course, Stella's 51, but just using that as an example, and there we go. But if let's just say we go down the line and I see how Stella has 51, 49, 31, 51, 49, 50, 49, 52, 50, 51, 8, 31. What's the 8 on you? Maybe the horns are 8? Ooh, I kind of like that, actually. Okay, so we'll actually use Tweedledum as the perfect example. 51, 8, 31. 8 is pure white. I want to see what that white color is. Okay, so that is region 3. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the horns. Oh, that's actually going to look really nice. Okay, so in order to do that, we're going to head over to region 3. Make sure you click it a couple times because sometimes it doesn't activate. And then we are going to click 8, which is light gray. I don't know what it did, but 8 did something. I don't know what 8 is. If I'm ever trying to figure out what a region actually is, what I'll do is I'll take a region, let's just say region 3, and make it a crazy color. So let's make it red. I don't know if 8 actually exists. Is it like... You know what? Funny enough, I've actually went through and changed region 3 to 1. I've changed it to 5. I've changed it to magenta 6. I don't think region 3 is actually anything, if I'm going to be honest. But it does make me feel better that region 3 is light gray. So let's go ahead and make sure that region 3 is light gray. And then, yeah, we'll continue. But 51, 8, and 50. I assume the 50 is the kind of like... It's a little tough to see because we got, like, the description on. But, like, I think you guys could see kind of the purpley-ish skin underneath, maybe, is probably the best way to describe it. So do we like the purple a little bit better? Do we like... This one kind of just matches it, if I'm going to be honest. 50, okay. Maybe it's the... No, but you're 31. What the hell's 31? You're 5250. Huh. We're going to try 31 just to see what happens. Let's try 31. Why not? All right, so for the last region, this is going to be region 5. We're going to try that 31 and see how this works. So that's 31. Okay, so 31, it's definitely like the skin underneath. Okay, so you had 31. What do you have? You have 50, which is what we had before. You have 50, and you have 31. So let's try 50 again, just to get an idea. I might like the 50 a little bit better. Ooh, okay. So it like, yeah, like... All right, you know what? I think we're going to get rid of the white then. I feel like the white does something here. I just cannot see what it is. And maybe it was because of that previous region. So we have 49, 49, 52, 8. All right, let's try 49 first. Let's see if we can actually see what the heck region 3 is. But I didn't notice anything before. Let's try 49 now. Yeah, I don't know what that region does. I don't think it's the horns or anything. I don't know. All right, forget it. We're going back to 8. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting combo, right? I kind of like this, unless we kind of do something a little bit different, kind of similar, a little bit more similar to like, get out of my way. Unless we do something a little bit similar, closer to this one, where we make it a 49 base. Let's try that. Let's see. But yeah, pretty much this is kind of how it ends up going for me, right, guys? Is basically, I'll go through each of the colors. It's kind of similar to the whole breeding process. I'll go through the colors and see like, okay, so you're a 51, you're a 51, you're a 49, you're a 51. And all right, let's see how those two colors work. Then I go back and do region 3, and in this case, it's okay, it's 49, and it's 49, and basically that's the same way breeding is the same way that I'll do these colors and everything. But the idea is, guys, I'm not going ahead and throwing I might look at this and say, you know what, I think the base in black and this in yellow would look great. I wouldn't do that because, of course, we don't have those colors. So I'm not just throwing any color I want on there. I'm only throwing colors in those regions that we already had present. And that also kind of motivates me during like events and stuff like that when we get crazier colors spawning in the game to go ahead and tame those so I can use those colors onto our better variant, if you will, and if that makes sense. But that's kind of the gist. That's kind of how I do this whole thing. I really like this one, actually. 51, 49, 50. I like that combo for some reason. 51, 49. So we got 51. This was 49. Then what we say, 50? Like that. Yeah, I like that combo. That's cool. That's going to be our new Styracosaurus. That's totally fine. The downside with the Styracosaurus is it's like there's only like blues and purples with it. That's why like events are going to be absolutely sick on here with these kind of dinos. But I really like how this came out. But that's kind of how the Dino Painter mod works. At least that's how it works for me. And that's how I kind of make my rules for using it specifically. But in case you guys were curious, yeah, that's kind of... how I do my thing here. Let me get the camera kind of back straight. And yeah, let's continue here. So we are going to be doing one more thing here today. First thing I need to do is actually do a little bit of organizing because another thing I want to do, though, is I do want to take this Styracosaurus out for a spin. The unnamed Styracosaurus. Don't have a name for it yet. I want to go ahead and let's put you in here, you in here, you. You guys in here, here. Maybe for now we'll also throw you in here. But all right, we got everything kind of cleaned out. Fence foundation support, completely forgot about. Let me quickly throw that in. But yeah, I kind of want to get an idea of what damage output this thing does, if I'm going to be honest. Dino Painter only costs 1 thatch. I'm going to throw it out. So then we can give ourselves space for that. That's fine. And then food-wise, I guess we'll throw on to Stella just because we got a couple of trank arrows. I believe we ended up getting this from the raptor kill. And yeah, let's go ahead and take the new Styracosaurus out for a spin. I kind of want to get an idea of damage output. Now remember, when we were doing the stomp attack, this thing... oh, I forgot. It's got a large AoE. I forgot about that. We were originally doing 175 on Stella. Now, Stella didn't have the best in melee, I don't believe. I think that Stella was the one that was like 34. We now have 42 points in melee, and we also have fully imprint, so you get a nice little boost from that too. So, let's have a quick look and see kind of what the damage output on this thing is. So, I'm going to start out with just like the little like... swipey attack. Actually, we'll start out with the stompy because you're a 140. I might actually want to think about keeping you. Let's move on down the beach, I guess, a little bit. Maybe the... I don't know. Is there like a dodo in the area? That would make things easier. There is. Okay. The problem is... oh, this Stiggy's a level 25. That's okay. All right. So we're going to start with the AoE attack. We do 313. Not only did I just kill that dodo, I put that dodo out of existence. It's gone. Completely and utterly gone. It's gone. Wow. Okay. So 313. Now, what about little swipey thing? 130. Now, remember, before we were doing 74. So we're pretty much doubled on this character. And by the way, I don't think I actually ever went over the new Styracosaurus' stats. So we have 2880 in health, which is 35 points. 1150 stam, which is 36 points. 1980 in food, which is 45 points. Of course, this will be a little bit more effective once the fatty trait is on in the future. 1032 weight, which is 36 points. And 402 melee, which is 42 points. That is looking really, really good, if I'm gonna be honest. I think what we're gonna do now with this guy is we're gonna go on a little adventure. Yeah, I kind of want to see We did kind of explore that area, but we never actually got to the obelisk because we did end up running into a baryonyx, and I was a little bit worried about having to deal with it. I know you're a 145 dodo, I'm sorry, but you need to go. I need a little bit of hide, so let's go ahead and do that. Get you a little bit of XP, get myself a little bit of XP along the way here. Come on. Thank you, 13. Okay, not too shabby. You know what? Also break you down too if we can. And let's keep going, and let's keep killing stuff along the way here. Probably dodos in particular. If we can also find a couple of white drops, that would be great, because we're still struggling to get that done here. We need 3 white supply drops. You know what we're going to do? Did not mean to press Y on that. We are going to use the 3 points in experience killer. We now have a fully imprinted dino. If we can get an extra 30% experience from kills, that's going to be pretty nice. So let's go ahead and do that. And now for us, that's going to open up a couple of different opportunities. So we can either go for mounted opportunist, which is whenever your mount kills an enemy, it has a 5% chance to instantly restore 10% of its max stam. So it just restores 10% of its stamina. Okay, sounds good. Bonded taming, creatures you tame gain a 10% imprint bonus for you. So, and this, of course, can go all the way up to 30%. That's actually pretty good, too, if I'm going to be honest. I think probably in the future, we're more going to focus up in this area. It's been unfortunate at this point that everything's going to be at the cost of 2, so we're looking to have to get a decent amount of stuff done in order to get this going here. But imprint is 5% more effective. This is probably going to be really important because you can get that up to 15% more, especially for those tougher tames like gigas and all that kind of stuff. That extra 15% is going to be absolutely huge at the end of the day. That's going to save you a lot of time. Twin imprint, I don't know if that's a cup of my tea, honestly, but this is gain an active ability for the next 60 minutes. The targeted ally shares your imprint bonus for creatures you have raised. I don't know. Maybe it's something I would like. I don't know. Harvesting seems kind of interesting if we're looking at this side of the map here, but you know, if you really kind of dive into this and everything, there are some that are really good. There's some that I would find useless, but I know a lot of people would find some of this stuff pretty useful and everything. I think these two are going to be really good in the future. Reduce the weight of structures in your inventory by 10, 20, 30%. Mass production, when you craft ammunition, you have a 3% chance to produce twice as many. 3, 6, 9, I can assume. So almost a 10% chance of getting double the amount, which is nice. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff here. It's really cool. I hope they kind of expand on this in the future. I hope this isn't just like all right, we're done with this now, figure it out and whatever. I hope that they do kind of continue adding these kind of things to the game. But I guess we'll see, right? I guess the only downside with doing that attack and killing the dodos is you just kind of fly them across the map. Especially if I do need a little bit of hide here. So let's go ahead and kind of keep that going. But yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and make a quick little trip over towards the obelisk. So let's go ahead and get that done. All right, guys, taking a little bit of a detour here. Honestly, it's been pretty smooth sailing getting over towards the obelisk, but I did see this white drop coming down, so definitely want to take advantage of this. We do have a couple of pegos over here, too. You know what? We might get our first Pegomastax claw. I feel like it's coming. Especially with this AoE attack, we'll take everything out in the area here. Come on. Let's go, Pegos. Let's go. Oh. All right, I gotta go for you first because you're the one that has my stuff. Wow. Okay, so he's not dead. Dead. Okay, so we lost the backpack from one of these. That Pego's kind of hanging out, so we should be okay. All right, we're good there. That was a 140. Wow. Okay. Come on. All right, where did you go? You're right here. Okay, so unfortunately, unfortunately, I don't think we got any Pegomastax claws from this group, which is really surprising. But let's first focus on this. All right, white drop. I'll take you. We can throw you out. Throw. All right. And we should have 1 out of 3, right? Loot 3 white. I gotta take everything with me. I forgot. Shoot. I really screwed that up, didn't I? All right, get over here. Guys, this thing is insane. Oh my gosh. Okay, so yeah, we do have our thing back. Cool. Okay, we're good there. Wait a second. Come back in my inventory, please. There we go. Thank you. All right. Well, let's head over to the let's have a little bit of food while we're at it. Let's get across here. Yeah, I was really hoping to get ourselves a box, but I guess not. I mean, there's so many rocks here that look like boxes. I don't think any of them gave us a box, though. It is very rare to get. I think it's like a 10 or 15% chance, so it's not like you'd get it straight away or anything. I do feel like I have really good luck with the Ichthyornises, though. And the Ichthyornises are bugged right now, where if they do drop some talons, it's like 15 of them straight away. It's supposed to be only 1. Ichthyornises are dropping 15. So I don't know. Maybe it is intentional, but it is kind of silly because the Pegos are only dropping 1 apiece. So I don't know. But yeah, besides the piranhas, we really haven't had an issue getting over to here to the obelisk. It's been relatively peaceful, which is certainly nice at the beginning of the game here. But I gotta say, guys, the Styracosaurus, I'm really surprised with, you know. I am gonna try something here. Okay. I didn't know if you can also collect metal doing the Stompy attack, which would be kind of crazy, but yeah, that makes sense that you would just gather stone specifically. So I'm okay with that. Definitely good way to experiment, but yeah, this thing is really good. I guess the biggest downside with using the Styracosaurus is just the speed of it. You know, it's really slow, but again, early game, I'd rather be safe than moving real fast and everything. And if I did want to move fast, I guess we would be looking possibly at a raptor pack or something. But for right now, I'm totally okay using this thing. I don't know. This thing is really, really good, especially since we definitely got this before level 10. I think the saddle was level 10, but we definitely tamed this thing before level 10. 100%. We also have a level. Not sure exactly when we got that, but we can go ahead and put that into weight yet again. And yeah, I think I am just going to go ahead, keep putting weight in. We'll get up to 500 weight, and then I think we'll be kind of done. You know what? I'm kind of second guessing it. We'll see once we get our next level, kind of what I want to do. Because we're at 350 weight right now. We're actually looking really good. And eventually, too, we will have access to... Oh my god, is that like a normal packy? Wow, they're like rare now. Hey, buddy. All right. Wow, you're a 140. Okay. And what about you? You're a 20. Okay. So, we're here at the obelisk, guys. I do want to go ahead, and I think you guys have kind of figured out what the next steps are going to be, because you might have seen inside of the Styracosaurus' inventory. Did not mean for that. Wanted that to be a little bit more of a surprise, but if you didn't, then I guess it's going to be a little bit of a surprise for you once we figure out what the next step is. But I do want to go ahead. I do want to put down a bed, And yeah, this gives us a place to respawn, especially if we, I don't know, if we decided to leave the island for a little bit to go somewhere else. And then it's easy to come back to make sure we're back at the obelisk so we can pull said stuff out of the obelisk and maybe have, I was about to say Stella, having this Styracosaurus wait for us. I don't know, something along that line, right? Let's load the Styracosaurus up with a little bit of food. Don't worry about its inventory. And yeah, guys, we are going to be transferring to a different map. Now, which map? You guys will have to find out in the next episode, but I think if you've heard my hints and everything like that, I think you know exactly where we are heading next. Ragnarok. Anyways, yeah, we will be heading over to a particular map that we have somewhat visited before in a earlier life, and yeah, that is all the hints I'm going to be giving you guys, which are more than enough. You guys have figured it out. I'll see you over on Ragnarok. And guys, I am going to wrap up the episode here. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, take a second, make sure to hit that like button. On top of that, I just want to let you guys know this is all going inside a tribute. I do not want that. Make sure you click the inventory tab. If I actually kept everything in here and I transferred over to a particular map, may or may not be named Ragnarok, yeah, I would not actually have any of my stuff. So make sure you're not on tribute. Make sure you're on inventory. Make sure you move over anything you want to move over in particular. On top of that too, make sure your character is completely naked. Make sure the bottom inventory is all good to go. And guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, take a second, make sure to hit that like button. On top of that, guys, you're enjoying the series so far. You're excited to see more here on the Forever ARK series. Take a second and hit that subscribe button. It really helps out the channel. But guys, while cat's out of the bag, I'll see you all in the next episode on Ragnarok. Have a good one, everyone. All right, let's get all uploaded here. All right, let's do that. Make sure we're good. And here we go.